You're probably like me and ready for $28 silver, $30 silver. What about $2,000 gold, $2,500 gold? That sounds pretty good to us, right? But we always hear this argument that for the prices of the precious metals to go higher, we need to have a weaker dollar. What do you think about that? I think that's dead wrong. And there have been many periods in the past where the dollar became, quote unquote, and I'll explain that more to you later, stronger while the prices of the precious metals did do very well. And I think that's very likely what we could see happen here in the near future. Look, it's not that complicated. I want to explain it to you in simple terms. And this is a critical concept for anyone invested in precious metals to understand. Hey, school will be in session, but trust me, you can grasp this, and it's going to be a key tool that you'll have in your workbox for investing in precious metals. So let's think about this for a minute. When we hear the dollar is strong, what does that mean exactly? What that means is as you compare the dollar to a basket, a group of other currencies, the dollar is relatively strong. The big problem with that is they're comparing the dollar to some really cruddy currencies. The euro. Europe's in worse shape financially than we are. Japan is the basket case of the basket when it comes to financial issues, money printing, all that. So they're comparing the dollar to a bunch of cruddy currencies. It'd be like walking into a hospice ward and picking the 3 best patients, all of which unfortunately aren't going to be alive for much longer, and saying, well, look, this one's the best. It's strong. This patient's the strongest of the bunch. Another key way to think about it is this. Think about it like a seesaw, okay? On one side, you have the US dollar. On the other side, you have the euro and the yen. They're playing on their seesaw, going back and forth. But the whole seesaw, the whole fulcrum, the center point is slowly sinking into quicksand. Thank you, yes, you, for joining me here in the basement. You're a fellow basement dweller today. Welcome. Your time's important. I honor the fact that right now, from wherever you, yes, you are, you're joining me here in the basement. If you get some entertainment, education, any time of value, please consider subscribing to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and leave a comment in the comment section below. And that's the key, because when you compare these currencies to each other, sure, one may get stronger, one may get weaker, but as a whole, as a group, they're all losing value. They are becoming worth less or worthless, however you want to look at it. And in the end, that means gold and silver, which have a limited supply, which have always been money for thousands of years, will continue, especially as you compare them to those fiat currencies. Gold and silver will continue to go up in value. And don't you find it interesting when you hear that the dollar has been so strong for the last 2 to 3 years, the dollar's going up, 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 up. Well, then why does the dollar buy so much less right now than it did 2 or 3 years ago? If the dollar was actually going up in real value, we would have much cheaper prices for things like gasoline, eggs, anything we buy, but the inverse is true, right? The dollar buys much less right now than it did 2 or 3 years ago, yet they're trying to feed us this line of BS that the dollar is strong, the dollar's doing great. One more really interesting way we can look at this is the example of all the world's major currencies. Europe, Japan, China, the United States, everybody, if they all simultaneously decided they were going to double the amount of currency they had in circulation, they were overnight going to electronically print some more unicorn fart dust currency, and suddenly the whole world of all the currencies would have twice as much in circulation. That would not change the relationship, the value, right? That the seesaw that those currencies have to one another. However, all the currencies simultaneously would become worth 50% less. It's that seesaw sinking into the quicksand. So they can feed us whatever they want about a strong dollar, strong euro, weak euro. At the end of the day, we know all the major world fiat currencies are becoming worth less. They're being diluted because of money printing. You know the whole story. And it's important we keep that big picture in context. That's why even with a quote unquote strong dollar, relative to these other currencies, the dollar is still losing value, and that's demonstrated by that 2 to 3 year example I just gave you a few minutes ago. Now, it's also critical that we remember as investors in metals from the big picture perspective that what we are holding are ounces of gold and silver. They are the original money, right? We don't really want to compare them to fiat currencies, but on our day-to-day basis, since we do use dollars, we do use euros, while we're in the fish tank, right, we do want to pay attention to what the price is. I hope you enjoyed this video. You're always welcome to join me in Ron's Basement. Watch another video if you like. Subscribe to the channel. Most important, until next time, you be well.